Hello there, my name is Joel Gostin. I'm filming this video at the request of a good buddy of mine who asked me to talk about a few things. First of all, a bit about myself. I am a musician. I've been a drummer for about 25 years now. Spent a lot of time with some really cool bands, traveling all over America and beyond. Let's see, I was with these guys, the Undead, for about 10 years, off and on, with Bobby Steele from the Misfits. Very interesting band, and a lot of stories about that one. Then I went on to work with these guys, Electric Frankenstein, good friends of mine. Had a fantastic tour with these guys a couple years ago. And in addition to that, made some noise with these guys at one point in time. When not making music, I write books, the latest of which is this one. From Satan to Sabbath, available at this website. And I also edit books, including this one, available at fine bookstores everywhere. Anyway, the point of this video is not to hawk my wares, but to talk about being disabled. I was born with cerebral palsy. Have had it for the past 34 years. To give a quick rundown as to how that affects my physical state, I guess we'll go head to toes. The obvious thing you see when you see me is the eyes aren't always necessarily straight. Lazy eye, which is why I wear these. I have 20/20 vision, but I wear bifocals for corrective and cosmetic purposes. As far as the arms, my left hand has a tendency to rest in this position naturally. So that took a bit of time to get to where I wasn't always in that position. And when I play the drums, my hand still kind of goes into that position regularly. I also have involuntary movements, very much like this from time to time. Sometimes I'll snap the side of my head. Like I said, involuntary. I'm not always in control of when those things happen. Fortunately, they haven't happened when I've been behind the wheel of a car, at least as far as I know. That might be the next video. As far as my feet, definitely the most affected areas. I don't know if my faithful camera person can zoom into my toe there, but I do have a crooked toe. My wife calls it sidey the side toe. We're thinking of doing a cartoon of Anyway, so I have very limited mobility in my left foot here, my ankle, which kind of lends itself to why I was asked to do this video. Obviously, I have muscular issues. When I was a young kid, probably around the age of 8, actually probably a bit younger, I got very interested in playing drums. And I was told by just about everybody that I couldn't do it, which is all the more reason why I ended up being a drummer for 25 years. And it took me a bit of time to get used to working my way around a drum set. Unfortunately, I can't set up my drums where I am currently, but I'll try to talk about things as much as possible. The obvious problem I had with my feet in terms of drumming is my right foot. I can do pretty much everything. I can curl my toes, I can move my foot in circles, I can hit the kick drum or the hi-hat. I can also play like this, which is usually how I prefer to do it. This foot is kind of like a hockey puck with toes. I can't really do much. Can't curl the toes. Trying to do that right now. Can't move my feet, my left foot rather, in a circle. And compared to this foot, this doesn't really do much. So the way I worked around that for many, many years with the hi-hat was really simple. I used this clamp, which kept the cymbals here from moving around too much. I left just enough of a slit in there to keep it kind of loose. And the reason for that is it allowed me to not have to worry about keeping it totally clamped or being able to play it with my left foot, which wasn't really much of a possibility. So I keep it open just enough to produce kind of a splashy sound. If I find a pair of drumsticks here, I'll show you real quickly. See, it produces kind of a splashy sound. So that way you can kind of, especially if you're in a ladder situation, you can kind of keep it splashing the whole time and not have to worry about opening and closing it. Say if you're playing like a disco-y type beat, depending on how hard you're hitting it or how soft at a particular time, you can kind of fake those little disco splashes that would require your foot to open and close the cymbals. So that's really my big trick. As far as where things are with me musically, I actually don't play a drum set much anymore. The place I'm currently living doesn't really have the room for it, and I'm also getting more involved in electronic music and music created over computers. I've always been a big industrial music fan. I'm doing a solo record this summer, which is mostly being put together over computer software. So what I find myself doing now is kind of creating percussion with found sounds, or even taking a floor tom and banging out a quick pattern, looping it, and then building things on top of it. And to give you an example, perhaps the camera will pick this up a bit. So that's something I'm working on now, and I bring that up because that required about 10 seconds of me hitting a floor tom, and then I built the rest over the computer. So somebody who's missing their legs can do that. There are no rules in music, and that's the greatest lesson I've learned. With technology being what it is today, you can do anything you want. It doesn't matter if you have 2 arms or 2 legs. You can do anything now with music. And that's an example, you know. You can be wheelchair bound and do a techno album now. There are no rules. There's nothing but possibilities. And if this video makes you want to explore some of your own possibilities, I couldn't be happier. Again, here's my website, the address. You can contact me at any time you wish. If you find yourself frustrated or curious or excited about something, or you want to just vent. I have plenty of bad days too, man. You know, sometimes it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, but you do anyway. So if you're in that position, get up. Try something new. I'm your biggest fan. So I hope you stay in touch. I hope this video has brought something of value to you. In the meantime, just enjoy what you have and have fun, because it's a short life. Cheers.